Hello everyone, welcome for today's live. Great, so let's get started. It's already 1 and let everyone join in slowly and gradually, but we'll start with our session now. So right now the season is such that many of us are definitely facing issues like viral infection or cold and cough, sinusitis, various allergies and all. And that's where it made me think that we need to talk about immune system. We need to talk about immunity because all of these issues can stay away or get better easily when our immune system is functioning properly. And that's where we are here to talk about the connection between the gut and the immune system. Now, we all know and you all have heard many times that the gut and brain are connected. They are connected via vagus nerve and it's a bidirectional axis. It's called as the gut-brain axis. Something that happens in the brain can impact your gut and vice versa. The brain basically, it has central nervous system starting from the brain till the spinal cord, and the stomach, which has enteric nervous system. That's why the stomach or the gut is also called as the second brain of our body. These two nervous systems interact with each other and helps us, process various things properly, whether it is food, whether it is communication, whether it is the healing of the body. And these two nervous systems are intricately connected together to work in harmony to make sure that the gut and brain are functioning well and the communication happens both ways. So that if you're feeling happy, your stomach feels better. If there is stress in the mind, the stomach will show results like, gut issues, acidity, bloating, and you name it, and vice versa. So if a person is suffering from stomach issues, acidity or gas production or anything, it can trigger the headaches and migraines as well. So this is one aspect of your gut and brain connection. Secondly, when we talk about immune system, gut is where your immune system lies. 75% of your immunity lies in the stomach itself. That's where it becomes even more important to take care of your gut. And when you look at taking care of your gut, it doesn't just involve the gut or the enteric nervous system, it also involves your mind or the central nervous system. That's why I gave you a background between the connection between gut and brain. So when you look at immunity, it's not just about, the 70% of immune system lying in the gut. It's also about the inflammation in your stomach. So if there is any kind of inflammation in the stomach, your stomach health is compromised. People can see that inflammation is leading to the irritation in the gut barrier, the gut and blood barrier, which also leads to leaky gut syndrome, which can lead to autoimmune condition, which can also increase stomach related issues. And then this further affects the immune system. Apart from that, we all know that the gut holds trillions of microbiome. These microorganisms are not just for digestion of food or keeping the stomach healthy, but they play a huge role when it comes to modulating your immune cells or immune system. So probiotics or the good bacteria works on improving the immune system. They work on healing the gut lining. They also work on a production of certain chemicals, neurochemicals like serotonin. You feel happy when your serotonin levels go high. If the gut bacteria is compromised, that means there is a dysbiosis or the bad bacteria are increasing in number and the good ones are going down. There are higher chances that the production of serotonin doesn't take place properly. You may not feel happy. It affects your sexual health and libido as well. So keeping the microbiome or microorganism of your stomach in check becomes very, very important. Apart from that, your gut bacteria also produces short chain fatty acid that is called as butyric acid, which also plays an important role in keeping the inflammation in the stomach under control. It also works on modulating your immune cell response. It's your gut bacteria that also decides the response to inflammation, whether it should be a pro-inflammatory response or an anti-inflammatory response. When you talk about pro-inflammatory, that means food, if you have taken a kind of food and your gut bacteria is in dysbiosis, that means that food can also act as pro-inflammatory, which can increase the inflammation multifold. And anti-inflammatory, as you all know, means something that will reduce the inflammation. So your gut microorganism also plays a huge role in deciding the pro-inflammatory and anti-inflammatory response in the stomach. That's where they become even more important. Apart from that, the gut barrier, we were talking about the gut lining as well. So if the gut lining is not intact, that means your nutrient absorption is affected. More than that, you also allow the bad bacteria or the food to leak into your stomach, which leads to definitely leaky gut. And if there is leaky gut, there are higher chances that if it is not treated properly, or if it is not improved with the help of healthy lifestyle, it can turn into an autoimmune condition wherein your immune system is going completely rogue. It starts affecting your own body's healthy cell because they are not able to differentiate between a foreign material, a bacteria, or a healthy cell. So that's where taking care of your immune system through the gut, through the brain, becomes even more important. So if you're taking care of your stomach health properly, the immune system and the response of the immune system will be proper anti-inflammatory and not pro-inflammatory in nature. So this was the connection between your brain, your gut, and your immunity. And now let's look at certain tips that you can follow on a daily basis to get the benefits out of certain food, which will help you in improving your gut health, which will also make sure that your immune system is functioning properly. So since we talked majorly about the good bacteria, their benefits in the body, how they work on improving the chemical production like serotonin, how they work on improving the short chain fatty acids in the body, controlling the irritation and inflammation in the stomach. So the very first tip will be adding a good pre as well as a probiotic. Now when you talk about probiotic, we all know that it is the good bacteria that helps the gut to heal. But prebiotic as well is very important. Prebiotic is nothing but the fiber which the good bacteria or the probiotic feed upon, and they flourish in the body dependent on the prebiotic. So prebiotic would be your almonds with skin, apple with skin, pectins basically, or your onion, garlic. All of these becomes an example of prebiotic. And your probiotic would be your fermented food, kimchi, miso, organic A2 curd, coconut curd, or in case your gut is too compromised, then maybe starting a supplement will also be helpful. So adding a balance of a pre and probiotics becomes very important to improve your gut health, to manage the good bacteria. Apart from the prebiotic, you can also add resistant starches in your routine. Now, resistant starches is a kind of carbohydrate that doesn't get absorbed in your stomach, but it gets fermented by the good bacteria itself in your large intestine. And during this process of fermentation, your good bacteria also produces the short chain fatty acid. Now when they are fermenting resistant starches, again they are using it as the food for themselves, but at the same time these resistant starches help in healing the gut lining, because as I said, they don't get digested in your stomach, but they are getting fermented by the bacteria in the large intestine. So they are providing with the short chain fatty acid, that is the butyric acid, which further enhances the healing of the stomach. And in case a person suffers from any gut related issues, whether it is a constipation or a diarrhea or a acidity, the resistant starches works on controlling all of these symptoms due to the benefits that they have. Now the example of resistant starches would be your cooked and cooled potato, or cooked and cooled sweet potato, even rice for that matter. It should be cooked and it should be cooled. It shouldn't be at room temperature, it should be slightly cold, and then you need to have it. So if you have stomach issues, you can also add half cooked and cooled potato, either mash it or just make it like a tikki and have it before your meal and after that you can start your meal properly. So this helps in healing the gut lining, allowing the food to get absorbed properly, and controlling the symptoms with respect to diarrhea, acidity, or loose motion or anything. So this was about the resistant starches. After that, let's talk about butyric acid. Now, butyric acid, I have been talking about the short chain fatty acid that the probiotics produce when they are fermenting the prebiotic or fermenting the resistant starches. But this butyric acid is the primary cell for your gut to produce energy. So when you have good enough amount of butyric acid, your gut cells are healing. They are producing energy as well. Your body feels energized. If it's not there, the digestion will not take place properly, which can make you feel sluggish. So that's where the butyric acid becomes helpful. Apart from providing energy to the gut cells, it also works on reduction of your inflammation, improving the immune response. So we discussed about the pro-inflammatory and anti-inflammatory responses. So if you have good amount of butyric acid in your stomach, it also enhances the immune response of the body. That means it works on more anti-inflammatory responses. And how do you get the butyric acid? It's very simple. You can get butyric acid by just adding 1 teaspoon of organic A2 ghee in your regular routine. So maybe if you're eating some food, roti, rice, anything, just top it up with 1 teaspoon of ghee, and that can be your source of butyric acid. It's that easy. So try and add the butyric acid in your meal, at least 1 teaspoon in a day, to make sure that you're getting the good source of fatty acid, which works on healing the gut lining and reducing the inflammation. So third was the butyric acid. After that, omega-3 also becomes very important. We all know the benefits of omega-3. It's anti-inflammatory in nature. It works on reducing inflammation not just from the stomach but from entire body. So adding omega-3 rich food like flaxseed, walnut, fish, or maybe fish oil capsules as well. Sometimes the vegan capsule which has algae base also becomes helpful. So adding that will help in managing the inflammation in the body, and further it will help in reducing gut related symptoms. So automatically your body can heal and recover faster, and if your body is healing and recovering faster, that means your immune system is also going to function properly. Then I would like to talk about stress, because we were discussing on how your gut and brain are intricately connected, and if the brain or your mind has stress, it will impact gut, and if the gut is impacted, it will further impact your immune system as well. So if you want to take care of your immune system, it's very much important for you to take care of your stress, managing it in a better way so that it is not impacting your entire body. To manage stress, you all know that we can look into some kind of physical activity, because physical activity makes us release endorphins, which is the feel-good hormone. If you're feeling good, automatically your stress gets under control. Apart from that, you can focus more on deep breathing, because the oxygen that you put in your body works in reduction of cortisol level, that is your stress hormone. So deep breathing, meditation, pranayama, diverting your mind with some kind of hobbies that you enjoy doing will also be helpful in managing your stress well, and it will further help in improving your gut health as well as immune system. So these were the tips on what you can do. Now what you need to avoid, or what you don't have to do, is things that will impact your gut and that will impact your immune system negatively. We have to look at avoiding those kind of food. Processed food, junk food is there, but right now it's a festive season. Most of you must be eating out, enjoying food, which is fine, because it happens once in a year that you have a lot of festivity clubbed together, so you enjoy every now and then. But then making sure that we stay away from white processed sugar becomes even more important, because white processed sugar will feed the bad bacteria in the stomach. it keeps the body acidic as well, and it increases the pro-inflammatory response of your body. So if you want to stay away from inflammation, if you want your immune system to function properly, stay away from white processed sugar as much as you can. That will be really helpful for improving your overall health and your immune system. So this was about the topic gut and immunity. Let's see if I have any questions for me. Great, no questions so far. So that was about the topic. In case you have any questions for me later on as well, you can feel free to post it on our page and we'll get back to you. Take care. Bye.